Hi, I'm Christy and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm here with another book haul. So I know I already did a spring book haul recently, but this is going to be like part 2 spring book haul because I have so many more new books to chat about and to show before I end up putting them on my shelves. So I have about 35-ish books to haul. Some I got at like the Love in Seattle book signing. Some are just like, well, actually a ton are special editions that I've gotten in recently because as you know around here, I love to collect special editions. So I have a ton of those and yeah, we're just gonna get into it. So we're just gonna start with the special editions. So first up is the cover to cover May book box. They did 3 books. You could choose either like hardcover or paperback. I decided to go with the hardcovers just because I love a good hardcover special edition. We knew the authors ahead of time, but we didn't know the books. So yeah, these are the 3 that we got. So they did Cora Riley, Fiona Cole, and Catherine Cowles. I've actually read the Catherine Cowles and the Fiona Cole. The Cora Riley, I have read this series, but not this book. So yeah, we'll just show them off. So first up is this super pretty edition of Whispers of You by Catherine Cowles. Love the gold on here and the compass. And of course that watercolor landscape design is just so beautiful. So these did come signed. The interior just has like that type of formatting as well in it. And then of course the back as well. These are just so beautiful and I'm so excited to have this and add it to my Catherine Cowles bookshelf that I have behind me over here. This book, of course, is the first book in her Lost and Found series, which is the current series she is writing. This is book 1. Book 2 actually just came out this month in May. So yeah, definitely if you want to start with her, I recommend starting with this series. Next up, the Fiona Cole one is Blame It on the Champagne. This is the first book in her Blame It on the Alcohol series. Again, love that gold raised font. And this one is hardcover as well. Here's the back. And then it's signed by the author as well. This whole series is just a lot of fun and I really enjoy Fiona Cole's books. This one is like a marriage of convenience setup, or like she wakes up married to her new boss who she hates. So that's the premise of this one. Not my favorite in the series for this one, but I love a special edition. I love Fiona Cole's books and yeah, it's still a fun time. Like they're very bingeable and entertaining. And then this is the Cora Riley one. You can't tell, but the like little blood droplets are raised on top of the font. And then this is the back of it. Of course, is signed as well. And that's like little header formatting for these ones. Cora Riley is just like a classic mafia romance author writer that I think a lot of us started reading when we got into mafias or like dark romances. The book is like a spinoff or part of her like Born in Blood chronicles, I believe. I think this one is the first book, Bound by Honor, but it's the hero's POV. So it's like the same book, but from his POV. So yeah, I haven't read this one, but I have read the other Born in Blood books. And also came with some swag. So we got some stickers. We got a little quote postcard print for the Cora Riley. And then for the Catherine Cowles, we got this little art print, which I love, and I will put that in the book. Next up, I grabbed this special edition of Still Beating by Jennifer Hartman at the Love in Seattle signing. The last chapter bookshop was there, and they had a few of their different like special editions they've done in the past there that we could grab, well, purchase. So I grabbed this one. So excited to have it. Yes, it's my 4th edition of Still Beating on my shelves. And am I mad about it? Not at all. This one, I don't know if you can see, but it has like raised texture on it. Similar to that raised texture that the cover to cover book box did for the special editions of her books as well. Just love that textured detail. This is signed, of course, by Jennifer. And then the reason I wanted this copy in particular, it has gorgeous art for some of the chapter headings in here. And I'm super excited to have on my shelves. So yeah, super excited to have this edition. I showed a bunch more of the art on my Instagram. Like I did a little reel of all the special editions that I have for Still Beating. So you might have already seen it there as well. So yeah, excited to have this one. Next up, I subscribe to Dark and Quirky, their book box that they're doing like subscriptions for. This was the winter box that we got. Obsessed with all of these. The sprayed edges on these are stunning. I love a good metallic sprayed edge. We got 4 books for the winter box. I think we get 4 books for all of them. I have actually read all of these, so I was excited to have these special editions on my shelves, so we'll go through them. So first up is Heartless by Elsie Silver. This is my favorite book of Elsie's that I have read so far, which I've only read this series, the Chestnut Springs series, so I definitely need to go back and read her Gold Rush Ranch series still, but I'm just like savoring and saving them for a rainy day. So I love this edition, and the shiny, and then the back, the horses on here are just stunning. These didn't come signed, but I did take this one to the Love in Seattle book signing, saw Elsie and had her sign it. Next up is Blindside by Candy Steiner. I actually love this cover so much. I love everything happening on here. The green sprayed edges and the back. I just really love this style. I plan to take this one to Book Bonanza and get this signed by Candy there. And then Restore Me by J.L. Seegers. This is one of my favorite reads of last year. Loved it so much. The blue on here is stunning. Here's the cover again and the back. This is just beautiful. I'm so excited to have this edition on my shelves, and I'm so excited they did this book because I love it. Which these 3 books, they've already said that they're going to complete the rest of the series, I think in like 2024, but they do have plans for that. And then next is Painted Scars by Neva Altej. This is a mafia romance. And this one, it has edges are like black metallic, so it's super hard to show, kind of like a gunmetal color. Here is the back, which I mentioned like I took some of them to book signings, or are gonna take them to book signings to get signed, but they did come with book plates, I believe, that you could like little stickers stick in there, but I just prefer to take my books and go and get them signed, like if I'm gonna see the authors at signings. Next up is In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This one I got from Waterstones, which is in the UK. So this is a special edition that they did. It has sprayed edges, and then the tops as well, and the bottoms. I just love these editions that they do. They're signed by TJ Klune as well. I did read an arc of this one and really enjoyed it. It's super quirky. One I wanted to grab because it matches. I have a couple, I think like 3 other TJ Klunes with sprayed edges that all came from the UK as well. Because I think Illumicrate did The House in the Cerulean Sea and Under the Whispering Door, and it has these like sprayed edges. And then Waterstones did an edition for Wolf Song as well with like sprayed edges. And so yeah, I wanted to get this one to kind of go with my TJ Klune collection. The next one is The Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I had pre-ordered this one, so I have already read it. It was okay for me. I didn't love it like I know a lot of other people did. I had some issues with it, but I had already pre-ordered a copy. I'm still not mad about having a copy. Like, it is gorgeous. I love gold shiny things, and the dragons on here, the sprayed edges, just so stunning. Like I mentioned, this one was a pre-order, so I got it signed by Rebecca Yarros. I'm not mad about having this on my shelves. It is really pretty, and like I said, I love the sprayed edges. So this one is not a special edition. It was just the first print from the publisher. Was going to have the like shininess and the sprayed edges. After that, the prints will no longer have that, which I believe what is out there is what's all that is left. Like, the publisher's warehouse is empty of the first printing. So if you see these out there and you do want one, definitely grab it before they're gone. So next up, I grabbed these 2 from Catherine Cowell's At Love in Seattle at the book signing. These were like 2 special editions that she's doing for like book signing events. So I know these will be available again at Book Bonanza coming up in the summer. And I think it's kind of fun that authors are doing these like special editions that you can grab at book signings, because like just in case you already have all their books, you know, it's kind of fun to pick up some new books from them and still get them to sign something. And I actually do really love both of these covers. So this one is Whispers of You, the first book in the Lost and Found series. The compass, the purples, like I really love this moment. This one I actually love more. So this is Tattered Stars, the first book in her Tattered and Torn series. And I just love like everything happening on here. I love the colors. I love the sheriff badge, like all these little like Polaroid moments. I think it captures the book so, so well. And I just love it. This is the first book in her Tattered and Torn series. This is the first book in her Lost and Found series. Like, these are both great places to start with her books that I definitely recommend. Next up are some recent special editions from Hello Lovely Box, which of course I am a rep for them. I've been a rep for them for years. I have a code in my description of all my videos that you can go and save if you buy any special editions, you buy any like merch, tees, or sweaters, or whatever swag. I do have a code that you can use to save some money. So again, that's always linked in the description of all of my videos. But yeah, so these are their recent seasonal box as well as their trope of the month box. The trope of the month is a new trope every month, a subscription service, and you get one book and it comes with like one small swag item. So for this one, it came with a matching bookmark. Sometimes it's a sticker or an art print, like they're very just like paper swag, like just one item, which I love that because I don't love a lot of stuff. And so I think this subscription service is definitely great if you can get into it. They have a wait list though. This month's trope was Marriage of Convenience. So they did Blind Pass by Tegan Hunter. Actually really love this one. I'm obsessed with hockey romances right now. Currently actually binging this series to catch up with it because it has a new book coming out this month. So yeah, this was perfect for me to have right now. And then different from the trope box is their seasonal boxes, which these they do of course seasonally. So there's 4 a year. This one was for a Penelope Ward. So there's 2 options, like you get a small box with just the featured author and like some swag items, or you can get the bigger box and you get the featured author, the swag items, plus 2 mystery authors that are going to be special editions and signed as well. So I never want to have regrets with Hello Lovely and have always gotten all of their book boxes. And Penelope Ward was a featured author. This is Sins of 7, I'm assuming. I do love like the crosses and the grain on here. I know that the author really loved this cover and wanted to go with it, so that's why they chose this one. These, of course, are always signed by the authors. I haven't read Penelope Ward in quite a few years, but I did used to read her books a lot, so I haven't read this one yet, so let me know if you have. Then it came with this book from Marnie Mann. So this is When Darkness Ends. Has a little like cityscape here. I have not read this one, but it says, you never forget your first love, even when he becomes a memory. So that's intriguing. And then, of course, signed. And then this one, they had Ali Martinez in there. So this is the Fall Up. I just love this design. I love the colors on it. I love the like Golden Gate Bridge moment. Hopefully that's the Golden Gate Bridge. That's what I'm going with. One is signed as well. So here is that edition. Next up, I'm also subscribed to Eternal Embers. So this is the book box they did for Macaulay Smelter. They do these like slip cases with theirs, which are nice. I love the little like quotes on here and the quotes here. They have one for each book in here featured. So let's get these bad boys out. A Sweet Dandelion. This one I have read. It's like a forbidden kind of student and not really teacher. Like he's a guidance counselor and she is above age, but was held back because of some things she went through in her past. So this one does deal with trauma. It's very emotional. So here is Sweet Dandelion, and then the back. This one also came with like this insert overlay art print, and these are signed by Macaulay as well. And the other one is the Wildflower Duet. So this has both books in it. So The Confidence of Wildflowers and I believe The Resurrection, of Wildflowers as well. So 2 books in here, signed as well. Here are the images of this one. This was like the April box, was the Macaulay Smelter special edition box. Also from Eternal Embers, they did a collab with Logan's Library, which I think she's on TikTok and Instagram as well. So I grabbed these because there was a couple in here that I wanted and I like just didn't want to have any regrets of not getting them. So that's why I grabbed them. Sinner by Sierra Simone, which is my favorite in the Priest series. So I definitely love the like stained glass moment. I kind of wish that was the front actually, like more blown out on the front. I think that would have been really pretty, but I mean, this is pretty too. Signed by Sierra. Then we have Unconditional by QB Tyler. This one is so pretty. This is actually one of QB Tyler's that I still need to read, so I plan to read it soon. And it's signed by QB. Then the Co-op by Tara DeWitt. This one I read recently. It's like a renovation, marriage of convenience setup. So signed by her. Here's the back. I actually do really like this cover as well. This book wasn't my favorite, but I do love the cover. And then The Outpost by Devon Perry. This is like why I didn't want to regret not having it, because I'm obsessed with Devon Perry. I have like a whole shelf of her books, and like anytime she has a special edition, I jump on it. So this is The Outpost. Not really a fan of like the cartoon characters, but I did just want to have it for my shelves. So yeah, this one is part of her Jameson Valley series. And then next, this special edition box is from Beyond the Pages, which is a subscription box service out of Australia. And her editions are always just stunning. So when I saw Candy Steiner's was going to be featured and it was going to be the Best Kept Secrets duet, which I am obsessed with and love so much, I jumped on this. Here is this one. It has the gold foiling. On the back, the image and like the gold foiled quote. Like the amount of detail she puts into these are stunning. Are signed by the authors, as well as having pages with color, like interior pages, the quote pages, the header pages, like they have color like in the pages, which I think is probably costs a lot. Like all these little details of just like color within the pages. They're so beautiful. And like I said, this is one of my favorite Candy Steiner books. So it has What He Doesn't Know and What He Always Knew. Angsty, love triangle-y, marriage in trouble, there is cheating. It's so angsty, it's so good. I love the series so much, and so I just wanted to have a special edition on my shelves. And then the other one that came with it is Even If It Hurts by Marnie Mann. I have not read this one yet. I've only read one book by this author, but I do like this cover and kind of this like postage look on the back. Again, signed as well. And then again, that color interior pages, like the playlist, the part 1, like the little header, like in color as well. Like they definitely put a lot into this book box. Even the moment with the couple, so good. And I noticed when I was scrolling through here, that's told in like parts. So this is part 2, and then part 3's header as well. So yeah, just like beautiful editions. Again, they are from Australia, so it definitely takes a bit. It costs a little bit more than a book boxes in the US for me to get them here at least, but I think they're definitely worth it. And what I like about her box is that they're not subscription services. Like you don't sign up and get them monthly. You just like sign up whenever you want a box. So like if you want that month's box, you go in and grab it. If you don't, like you don't go in. So I do like that part about her boxes. I've gotten, I think, a couple now, and I only get them when they're like authors that I want. So yeah. All right, so those were all the special editions, and now I'm just going to show some other book mail that I've gotten recently or books that I picked up that I like loved. First up, Aardvark Book Club, which started last year. They ended up reaching out to me and offering to send me a box to try out, as well as to be able to offer a code as well. So I have a code through, I think, the summer. So if you use Christy, you can get your own hardcover for $4 plus free shipping within the US and Canada. So they asked like what type of books I like and then sent me some based on what I enjoy. So here's the ones that I got. So they sent me a historical romance, of course. This is A Spinster's Guide to Danger and Dukes by Amanda Collins. I've heard this one is like historical romance meets cozy mystery, which sounds like a fun time. So this is this one. Again, they are hardcovers. And I said I liked Greek mythology, so they sent me this one by Claire North. I love this cover, and I am very excited to read this one. And then for contemporary romance, they sent me this one. So this is For Her Consideration by Amy Spalding. This one I know is contemporary romance with, I believe it's a sapphic romance, or I know there's like LGBTQ plus rep in here for sure. So yeah, I do love this fun, like bright cover for summer. So yeah, you can definitely check out Aardvark Book Club if you want to. I have a code that will save you money if you try them out. So yeah, these were the options that they sent me, which I know they have like a new books like every month. So yeah, those are the ones they sent me for this. So next up, I loved Coach by Devon Perry in April. It was one of my favorite reads. It just came out in April. It's a sports romance, first book in her new series. So I had to have both editions because I couldn't decide which one I loved more. So this one is of course with the hero on it. I love this one. And this is the like special alternate edition that she did, which I love this as well. So like I couldn't pick, had to grab both. These came signed. If you buy them off of her website, she does sign them. She sends like little swag as well. So this is like swag for stickers and bookmarks. She signs them. She personalizes them. Like she does all the things, and her shipping's always like super duper fast. I just grabbed them on there. I mean, I will see her at a book signing this summer at Book Bonanza, but like it's easier to just grab them off of there, get them shipped to my house. They're signed already because like the less amount of books I can take for authors there, the better, because I'm gonna have to like spread the love and take a lot of different books to a lot of different authors. So if I can like knock these out of the way at home, that's like totally fine with me. Then the publisher Forever sent me some new mass markets that they did. So A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall. Obsessed with this book so much. It was one of my favorite reads of last year. This one has a trans heroine, and then her best friend is the hero, who's like a scarred duke after the war. They reconnect. It's so good. Definitely character driven though, and just like a really beautiful book though. So I do love this new mass market size that just came out. Love that they still use the same cover bottle for it. And then Always Be My Duchess by Amelie Howard. This was her historical romance release last summer. Yeah, and it's like a Pretty Woman take on Regency romance. So here is the mass market for this one as well. And I grabbed this little novella when I was at the Love in Seattle book signing. So this is That One Night by Emily Rath. She had sold out of her like other books. So she does the Pucking Around series, which is like a hockey, I believe, poly romance. And she had this novella there though. And so I was like, oh, I'll grab the novella. Like it's set in Seattle. We were in Seattle for the signing. Like it just felt very meant to be. So I grabbed this one and read it because it's a hockey novella and it's super fun and cute. I just didn't realize that it is the startup of the Pucking Around series. Like it's not a standalone prequel novella. Like it literally doesn't end on a happily for now. Does like it's set up for the couple in the next series. So yeah, it is fun. But now I want to go read the rest of the book now. And then Tori from Novel Life was super sweet and sent me The Silent Waters from Brittany C. Cherry. She sent me this for hitting 2K on YouTube, which I'm so excited and thankful for her for sending me this. That was so sweet. This is one of my favorite Brittany C. Cherry's series. And I like didn't have these books for whatever reason. I read them years ago back on my Kindle. So I'm so excited to have this book in the series now. Love this one so much. Like I definitely want to go reread it, because the series is so emotional, so good. Ugh, so good. If you haven't read the Elements series by Brittany C. Cherry, I definitely recommend. If you're in the mood to get like hurt, feel all the emotions, all of those things. Then I grabbed a copy of Offside by Avery Keelan because I loved this one. It was one of my favorite reads of April. This is a hockey romance. I just loved this edition better. And so I love the like frozen ice fractures and the skates on here. This is, of course, a hockey romance. The Chunky Boy, it's just about 600 pages, if not over. I love this one though. I think it might have been a little too long, and there was some stuff like with the drama towards the end that I wasn't a super fan of, but the couple, ugh, love them so much, and like I'm just thriving in my hockey romance era. So yeah, I'm so excited to have this one. Also grabbed Help Me Remember by Corinne Michaels. This is the first book in her Rose Canyon series, which I recently binged because Tori from Novel Life and Jess from Peace Love Books are doing a read-along for it. So I was like, ooh, let me try it out. Like I haven't read Corinne Michaels in quite a few years, and I'm so glad I read this series because, ugh, obsessed with this book, love it so much. This is book 1 in the series. And it is so good. It's amnesia romance, but so good. The angst and the tension. Like, I love this book so much, and I am just so excited to have a copy of it. Then I grabbed these 2 books by Elodie Hart, which is a pen name for another author, like Sarah Matterson, I believe is her other name that she uses, like, publicly. I'm not, like, outing anybody here. And the Elodie Hart is, like, a new pen name for her, like, spicier stuff. So, yeah, I loved this series so much. So the first book is Unfurl. The second book is Undulate. These are 2 books in her Alchemy book series. So they're pretty much like, they're both age gap, contemporary romances. They're set around this like sex kink club. So book 1 deals a lot with like the character's relationship with her own like religion, like Catholicism plays a huge part in this, very kinky though too. And then book 2, the hero is a widowed single father. Love both of these. Like I said, they're both age gaps and they're so good. Like, they're just both a great time. They're on Kindle Unlimited. I compare them to the, of course, Salacious Players Club, also like the Priest series with the whole like religious aspect, and then also like Magnolia Parks. Like, both of them are written in the beginning, like they're very much told as like journal entries, kind of like Magnolia Parks, like told to the reader, like they're talking to us, having a conversation with us. And it just feels like that in the beginning. They're also set in London. Like, there's lots of like brand name stuff. So that aspect, obviously way kinkier. But yeah, so just such a fun time. They're on Kindle Unlimited. Then Catherine Cowell was super sweet and sent me this copy of Echoes of You, which is the second book in her Lost and Found series. I love this book so much. It is best friends to lovers, childhood best friends to lovers. It has who hurt you vibes. Like, the hero literally says who did this in the book. So good. It has, of course, her like classic romantic suspense elements. Just like amazing, like uber protective hero. Love this book so much. Had an arc of the audio and it was amazing, but I'm so glad to have this gorgeous paperback version as well. Catherine is so sweet, and she sent this fun little like swag with it as well. So it came with the trope cards, which are from Lila Junco, which I'm obsessed with her trope cards. So it had ones specific for Catherine Cowell's, which I believe they went on sale already on Lila Junco's site. But so this was like a little pouch. It had a little matching sticker. And then, of course, the annotation tabs and the highlighter. Catherine Cowell's like swag packages are so good. So much like cute detail to everything. And she's just like the sweetest person ever. I've seen her, I think, at like every book signing I've gone to now. And she's just the sweetest person, and I adore her. And then lastly is my Book of the Month box. So this is my May book choices. So I grabbed the 2 romances they had. So of course I had to grab Yours Truly by Abby Jimenez. Everybody's been loving this book. I did enjoy Part of Your World that she did last year. So I'm very excited to jump into this one. My audiobook finally just came in from Libby. So I'm about to start this weekend, and I just know I'm going to love it. So I had to have a copy as well. I also had like a credit to use. So I grabbed The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren. This author duo is very hit and miss for me, but I always do like trying out their books anyways. So yeah, I wanted to grab this one just in case I end up loving it. All right, so those are all the recent books that I hauled from book mail or from book signings or special editions. Definitely had a lot of those. I have like special editions coming in all the time because I am special edition collection obsessed, if you can't tell. And so yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments if you've read any of the books that I showed, if you hauled any of the same ones, or maybe what's a book that you recently hauled. I'd love to know. If you haven't done so yet, make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my future videos, and I'll see you in my next one.